I have a 5-day stopover in Singapore. It was my first time on this side of the world. I had absolutely no idea what I was doing, and I'm 90% sure I packed way too many socks. So come watch me as I explore. Pro tip. One of the first things you should do when you land, download the Grab app. It's basically the Southeast Asian version of Uber. It's incredibly cheap, efficient, safe, and it saves you from having to awkwardly explain your destination to a driver while mispronouncing everything. You just type in your destination, a car shows up, and you're good to go. We've arrived at Gardens by the Bay. It's basically what happens if nature and a sci-fi movie had a very expensive baby. We're talking giant glowing super trees and high-tech glass greenhouses that kind of look like alien spaceships. Fun fact, those massive super trees aren't just for decoration. They actually collect rainwater and vent air for the conservatories. We're heading inside the cloud forest first, which has been completely hijacked by the Jurassic World Experience. Yes, dinosaurs in a greenhouse, my childhood dreams and my adult budget are finally colliding. As soon as you walk in, you're met by the second tallest indoor waterfall in the world. It replicates a tropical mountain ecosystem, which is just a fancy way of saying it's air-conditioned and damp. Perfect for these massive life-sized animatronic dinosaurs. This thing was supposed to be temporary, but it's now 2026 and it's still running because it turns out humans just really like looking at fake T-Rexes. Pro tip, every 2 hours, the dome shoots a thick cooling fog. If you time it just right, you can stand in the mist, play the Avatar soundtrack in your head, and pretend you're a magical forest creature. Or a soggy tourist. Mostly the soggy tourist thing. Next, you hit the Cloud Walk, which is a high-altitude bridge wrapping around the dome. On one side, a lush green mountain. On the other, the Singapore skyline poking through the glass. And because of the whole Jurassic theme, they've even got the Raptor squad, but I'm definitely keeping my distance. I've seen the movies, and we all know how this ends. Leaving the prehistoric vibes behind, my ticket also grants me access to the second dome, the Flower Dome. They change the displays here constantly, and I was lucky enough to catch their Sunflower Surprise celebration, which celebrates 60 years of India-Singapore relations. Instead of just rows of sunflowers, this is an entire thematic takeover of bright yellow, intricate Indian artwork and floral tapestries that honour cultural exchange. Fun fact, this place holds the Guinness World Record for the largest glass greenhouse on Earth. And get this, there are no internal pillars holding it up. It's just a massive grid of over 3,000 glass panels. It's packed with plants from cold, dry places. Time to head back outside to the OCBC Skyway. It's a 128-metre suspension bridge dangling between the giant super trees. If you're afraid of heights, it's a great place to face your fears while sweating profusely. The tallest super tree actually has a cafe at the top where you can bribe yourself with an iced coffee or just the air conditioning. Now let's talk logistics. Every single main attraction here is individually ticketed. The Cloud Forest, the Flower Dome, the Skyway, they all want their own entry fee. But the money-saving hack is, don't buy them one by one unless you hate money. Get a multi-attraction bundle pass online beforehand. Check the maintenance schedule online before you turn up, because the domes close one day a month for a deep clean. And your goal is probably not to travel halfway across the world just to stare at a closed glass door. Now for sunset. I decided to pretend I'm a millionaire. I walked over to the iconic Marina Bay Sands hotel. You can actually walk across the connecting overhead bridge directly from the gardens. I booked the Sunset in the Sky package, which cost 117 Singapore dollars, which is about 68 British pounds. For those of us tracking our impending financial ruin. Is it a splurge? Yes, but it lets you bypass the big general admission lines and gives you a private spot 56 stories up on the SkyPark deck, complete with free champagne and chocolates. You can see 2 different light shows from up here without having to fight someone's grandma for a good photo spot. If you do this, you'll want to dress up a bit. You get a professional photo package included in the ticket, so whatever you have to do to look like a functioning member of society, do it. And that is a wrap on day 1. Thank you for tagging along. In the next video, I'm continuing to explore Singapore and finding out what else this city has to offer when you have zero sense of direction. See you in the next one.